All right, so you want a good multifamily property to buy, but where should you buy at? Let's talk about it. If you're looking to buy right now, the market is hot. So where's a good place to buy? Everywhere. Everywhere is having properties skyrocket in price right now. But you want to be strategic about it. So hear me out, right? Even though the market is going up, you have to be strategic about your buys and make sure that you buy in a place that will allow you to grow. One of my major mistakes when I first got started was buying in what you call a tertiary market. So I'll briefly run through the classifications of markets, right? You've got primary markets. This is going to be your major cities, your New York, your San Francisco, Chicago. This is just hubs. Think about airplanes or international flights where you can go from any country in the world and land in that city. That's what you're going to call a primary market. Then you got secondary markets. Secondary markets is a market that is big, but maybe not as big as one of the primary markets. So it's got an airport, but it's probably not going international directly from that airport. You may have to connect to one of the primary cities in order to get out from there, right? That's what I would consider your secondary markets. If you want, like Augusta, Georgia, we own a property there. Atlanta would be like the primary market in Georgia, and Augusta, Georgia would be like a secondary market. And then after you have your primary and secondary, then you have what are called tertiary markets. Tertiary is where there's probably not an airport going directly in there, or if there is, it's very small. Right, so you're probably taking a plane to a major city and then having to drive for an hour or 2 hours to get to your tertiary markets. So when you're looking to buy, I would say avoid the tertiary markets, because if you buy a deal there, you don't know where your next deal is going to come from. Those areas are usually so small that they don't produce a lot of turnover, meaning that you'll buy a deal and you won't be able to get another deal in that market. So if you want to buy, you want to know where you should buy it. My recommendation is to go to the primary markets, right? And then look for those areas that are maybe an hour or so outside of those primary markets. So you're still going to be in a major MSA, but these major MSA are just exploding in growth. And so you want to try to get in a market that is outside of that major MSA. Then maybe the big boys in the market aren't necessarily searching for right now, but you can still be able to get in the market. And because you're so close to the major MSA, now you're able to leverage property management companies in that market. You're able to leverage vendors that are in that market, and it's easier for you to get into that primary market because you're strategic in buying a little bit on the outskirts and then working your way inside, or even just building a portfolio in that sub-market around that primary market. You could also do secondary markets as well. Those are also good, but you want to make sure that you're not too far on the outside of those secondary markets, because you'll start to tiptoe into tertiary areas, which can be great for cash flow, but just maybe a little bit challenging if you want to grow and scale. So hopefully you found that helpful. If you did, if you have any questions, drop a comment below. Hit the like button. I'll keep sending these videos out to you, and I'll talk to you later.